But I want to bring up this episode specifically because this episode does do something different that we've never seen that honestly had me a little shocked.
We're back to talk about The Boys Season 5, Episode 4. This is our friend Michael. I have a question for you guys based on this episode, and I'll ask Mike first.
Okay.
Does Starlight survive this to the end?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say Starlight lied, children died, okay?
That's right.
And they are she is just part of an awful campaign against Vought and Homelander, who is doing everything possible to protect Americans like us, okay?
Amen.
Yeah.
So this...
Anyway, what was the question?
Does she survive this to the end?
This recent episode, we saw her interact with her family for the first time, her dad's side of the family. And usually when you're writing, to give a character a send-off, you usually send them into an extremely emotional backstory. You flesh them out a little bit more, and we're seeing that with Starlight. I mean, look at what we saw with her dad and her trying to get her brother out of this propaganda machine that he's been into.
So she's gone.
I think she might be gone. I don't think it's going to be next episode. I think it might be.
No, definitely not the next one.
Yeah, I think it might be toward the end, and it'll be very unexpected.
And it'll probably be for Huey or someone. It'll be for, like, it feels like it would be like...
Y'all are tripping. I don't think that's going to happen.
Really?
I see what you're saying, because that's how I feel about Kimiko and Frenchie.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think they could make it more obvious that they're going to kill
they
those
just
characters.
broke up.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even care if both of them survive at this point.
Yeah.
No.
But Starlight, you guys really? You think Starlight's going to die? I feel like
I think it's possible.
If I could pick one character that will survive the events, it would be Starlight. I think Huey and Starlight might be the only survivors of the show.
Huey, yes. They've all but said that Huey is going to survive. But I think that they're going to fake us out. I think they're going to give both of them a happy ending, and then something's going to happen. Somebody's going to get lasered. Somebody's going to get hit. Yeah, exactly, like that. And I don't think it'll end well completely for Huey. I think he'll have a bittersweet ending.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
could see that.
So, all right, let's get into some of the episode right now. So, the first thing I just want to bring up real quick is just how hilarious I found this. All of our theories were incorrect.
I think
except one is still possible.
Yes, I do think that was really funny, like right off the bat, to just be told I'm wrong.
Yeah, let's go through a couple of the theories real quick that we had that were absolutely wrong. Black Noir is very much Black Noir.
Yeah.
Which I think
they faked us out for that.
So here's the thing. I think that's an ugly thing for me. That's something where I'm like, you baited us.
Oh, okay.
For a week.
It was rude is what it was, you know?
It
wasn't
funny.
bad. It was ugly because it was baiting us with something more interesting.
Right. It could have been a clone
another.
of Homelander, like in the comics or something.
Or Soldier Boy. They said that they weren't doing a clone of Homelander, the creators.
I don't think they're doing it anymore.
No, but I'm saying I thought that would have been interesting. I think that the bait is what pissed me off, though, because just to have it revealed in this way, too, was like,
yeah.
Dude.
Well,
I know.
the theory that you're half incorrect in, but also could still happen. Firecracker obviously is not planning on using the V1 DNA to help Homelander, but I do still feel like there's a potential that's involved. I don't know.
She's petrified though. She doesn't want to be a part of this at all, and you can see it in her eyes. But she's too much of a coward to try to get out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Right. And so
which is really everybody at Vought at this point.
100%, yeah, and so I think that theory is half incorrect. I will say there was a theory that was also half correct, half incorrect. I did predict that the next episode and maybe next few episodes would be a lull.
Yep.
Would have a lull.
You were dead right.
Yeah, and this really fleshed everything out.
I do think that this was my least favorite of the season.
Same.
Kind of because of that. Now, I will say the reason I say I'm half correct is because they do introduce something in this episode that I think keeps it very interesting, but we'll get into that. What do you want to discuss first? I wanted to just bring that up real quick that we were apparently we suck at theories.
Yeah, we're bad. Let's talk about, besides the idea of like this is, Starlight's whatever. I have a couple things.
What's that?
They're not all good.
Uh-oh.
But one thing that I find interesting is we've also seen Sage throughout, this season the mask is dropping just a little bit.
Mhm.
And I think this was when it was the most obvious
Because she
Yeah.
guides Soldier Boy into
to
Right.
try and beat the shit out of Homelander.
Yeah.
She's like
Yeah.
literally trying to, in my opinion, pit them against each other.
Right.
And I
that
like that
sold him.
Soldier Boy has never been portrayed as like a super dumb character, just kind of out of time. So I do appreciate that he does get it.
Yeah.
He's like-
he's an anachronism. You know,
Yeah.
he can't completely fit into this time.
But he's not dumb.
But he's not dumb. I don't
Yeah.
know if he's necessary. I would not go so far as to call him a good guy, as much as I love Soldier Boy as a character.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't go so far as to call him a bad guy.
No, he's basically like Billy Butcher. Honestly,
Right.
I think he's probably slightly better than Billy Butcher, to
Yeah.
be honest, at this point.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that they don't treat him as dumb. Like Sage is kind of egging him on, and he like gives that nod, like, I see where you're at. Like,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
okay, I see what you're saying.
He
Yeah.
picked up on it
This
because
not a bad idea.
Yeah. he's driven by like an annoyance and a hate of
An
Homelander. But I
annoyance, yeah.
think underneath that, because there was a time last episode when he walked out of the room when Homelander was bathing in the milk,
Uh-huh.
and he
Mike
had
Joseph's
this.
moment.
Yeah, it was nasty. But like he paused right before he continued walking, and he thought like the look that he gave almost said, "Oh, this guy's fucking gone.
Just when I thought there was a ceiling to how fucking weird you could get.
Yeah.
He's gone, and I have to do something about it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this episode
It went
definitely
beyond-
follows through that with that thread. That
Yeah.
Soldier Boy. I see some people saying that he might fully side with the boys. I don't see him ever fully siding with the boys,
Mhm.
but I do definitely think, especially after this episode, that he is kind of motivated in that same way. I don't
Yeah.
see, and there's a very confusing thing in the trailer for episode 5 where he is with Homelander again, visiting Jared Padalecki's character, and I'm like, I really don't understand their relationship anymore, because following this episode, it seems like they are completely on opposite ends now.
Well, yeah, when you leave somebody in a vat of like
Yeah.
depleting uranium, that's
Right.
usually a mood killer.
Yeah, and I can't wait to talk about that scene.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You want to keep talking about some more good stuff in this episode? Is there anything else you felt was good?
yeah, what? You got something?
No, go ahead.
Well, I want to get into the thing that I was saying kind of made this episode a little less of a lull.
Mhm.
Because they did introduce a really good plot point that made this episode so much more intense than it could have been.
Okay.
So just a real quick recap. The episode is about the boys heading to the Fort
Harmony.
Fort
Yeah.
Harmony.
Mhm.
This is why we brought Mike on.
Yeah.
They're heading to Fort Harmony to find the remnants of V1 and destroy it. And this could have been a very boring episode of them going into the Fort Harmony and just bickering and
Yeah.
I'm Billy, blah blah blah.
That's exactly what he said.
But
I heard it.
they
Yeah. Oh,
introduced
yeah.
something in the beginning of the episode where they show a lot of dead corpses around the area.
Oh god.
Then Huey
Ugh.
makes a bit of an aggressive comment towards Starlight, calling her a bitch.
Yeah, that was so
And I'm
out of
thinking-
character. I was like,
I'm
what?
thinking, what's happening here? And I found it incredibly interesting, and I think this is like screenwriting 101,
Mhm.
where if you feel like you might have too much exposition and something boring, you have to add something interesting to carry the scene and
Right.
kind of take your attention away from the exposition.
Yeah.
And we reveal that there's actually a soup in this fort that turns anyone who's there into gives them such
Hate.
anger and hate.
Yeah.
Poor
that
Quinn.
all
guys.
these
Poor
corpses
Quinn.
are because they killed each other. And because Frenchie's a drug addict, he's the only one that is able to actually see what's happening.
Mm.
And it creates so much tension in this episode because the boys are at each other's throats more than just casual arguments. It's to the point where we know the stakes are, if they can't agree and actually calm down for a minute, they're going to kill each other.
Yeah, and they almost got themselves killed just from the pure rage that they were emitting. Butcher and MM just looked at each other when the Homelander and Soldier Boy showed up.
Let's fucking go.
No issue.
No,
yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah, like immediately no, and like that will get everyone killed, and thus that it will lead to Homelander's immortality. Thus the enslavement of the entire planet. Like,
Exactly. And I remember seeing that in the trailer too. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then when they show why they said that in the episode, I'm like,
yeah.
that's super smart. I was like, that gives a little bit to this episode that would have wound up being a fairly straightforward and kind
Right.
of boring episode. So kudos to the screenwriters for that.
I mean, I know they tried to cover up the exposition, but it didn't work for me, and it was really annoying, and it's one of my bad things. Because
Buzzkill.
it's just
That,
Frenchie.
what a wet
It's-
blanket.
no,
My
dude,
God.
it's literally Frenchie explaining everything that's happening throughout the entire episode.
That was such a nice turn from his character,
I
though.
agree
He was
with
with
that.
an MVP.
I agree.
No.
With that.
Oh,
No, I was annoyed
we
by
getting
that.
shut down.
I was super annoyed by that, genuinely, because I was like, okay, no. I don't actually want to hear Frenchie tell me everything that's going on. I'm like, I can see what's happening
I
here,
think it
Frenchie.
showed such growth in his character.
I don't know.
Though,
Yeah,
you know?
I
Like,
agree.
Ever
No,
since
I
ever
don't-
since he got sober, he became much more of a deeper individual thinker.
That's fine, but he's explaining things that are happening, like quite literally happening in front of our eyes, and that's when it's annoying. Not that I'm not
Okay.
happy that his character is like kinder now. I'm just like, why are you spelling it out for
So
us?
let me just challenge you real quick. How would you? What do you think would have made that a little bit better?
There were certain things he could have.
Like show, not tell.
She
Yeah.
said just shut up.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it could have
Just
been
shut,
better.
just
What
shut
I
your
just
yap,
said.
Frenchie.
Just shut up. I'll,
Yeah.
I'll figure it out myself.
Yeah. Yep.
I respect that. Look, all right. I don't really agree. I thought that I think, I mean, yes, it's exposition, and yes, maybe there's other ways to do it, but I agree. Like for his character specifically, like
Mhm.
if you have anyone to pull the group together, you can either go with Huey, who we've seen try to do that for way too long in the show, to
And
the
he
point
keeps
where
failing.
and he keeps failing
Yeah.
too. Or you can have it be Frenchie, who is always that like wacky wild card, who is always like on the side of the boys, but you never really know how smart he is in certain scenarios because he was such an like fuck up in so many ways.
Do you know what it reminded me of?
What?
If you've ever seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it reminded
Yes.
me of Charlie Work. That
Yes.
episode where Charlie saves the entire bar by and the group doesn't even know it. Like that's the vibe that I got from it, and I guess that's kind of why I liked it so much.
Yeah, no,
I always
I could
root
see
for
that.
people like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Any other positives you want to talk about in this episode? Anything you really liked?
Well,
Any good?
I loved that. I mean, many people think this is a bad thing. I think this is a good thing. This episode was an amazing advertisement for Vought Rising.
Oh,
It
wow.
100%, yes.
Fleshed it out perfectly.
Yes,
like
they even hint at Stormfront's return.
Did you see a body?
we didn't see a body.
No.
We
No.
saw a body bag.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
thought that was
I
a
don't-
cool, mysterious thing. Even though, I mean, come on, she's completely fucked. But
Yeah.
she looked like Anakin Skywalker. by the
And
last
yet,
time we saw her.
Anakin Skywalker was alive.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
He was Darth Vader.
That's
Yeah,
true. Spoiler
womp
alert,
womp.
by the way.
Okay, all right, but yes, I agree because I had mentioned this briefly, I believe, last episode, where I thought like when they announced a spinoff of Soldier Boy and Stormfront, I'm like, I don't really see Soldier Boy as like a leading man in the show until last
Really?
episode when they showed a little bit more of him like away from the main plot and like away from his annoyance of Homelander,
Mhm.
him flirting with Firecracker, him sleeping with Firecracker, like that to me showed a lot more of him and made me see him more as like a leading man.
Yeah.
So starting from last episode, I already started to see how they could do it, and then this episode furthers that a little. Is it a little setup-y? Yes, but I agree. Like it does kind of get me a little bit excited for it.
No, I just because I just know that Fort Harmony is going to be a featured location in like the pilot
Mhm.
as soon as it comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Like the way that they and we're finally gonna see the relationship with Soldier Boy and Quinn, Bomb Sight, Private Angel. Don't remember the other one's name. I feel bad for that, but he hasn't really shown up yet, so I don't feel too bad.
Yeah, don't.
you know.
We'll
You're
see him.
Yeah, we'll see him eventually.
Whoever
but
this man or woman are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing I did really like about this episode was Annie and Starlight. I think for a while we were losing her. We were losing
Mhm.
we were losing Annie. We
Uh-huh.
were just kind of like shoving her in the background or giving her the same
Yeah.
moral
Yeah.
issue in every single episode to the point where it was getting
It
tiring.
was repetitive.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
100%.
very repetitive.
And I noted the same exact thing.
Yeah,
I
I love that we gave her something different to do, something that does like still show us that early Annie we got where
Yeah,
she like
yeah.
cares, and she even cares about her brother who hates her.
who's a
He's
He's,
shithead.
he's an incel.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
an incel,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's an insane like thing because that's another reason why I feel like her death flag is waving because to me, they did this with A-Train.
Guys, rest in peace, A-Train.
Only time I cared about A-Train was that episode, and then they killed him, and I'm like, oh man,
That
now
was
I'm
it.
starting to care about Annie again. I
Yeah.
feel like that means she's a goner.
Turns out someone can stop the A-Train.
Yeah.
MVVP for life.
Yeah, so funny get into that. My MMVP.
Oh, we're going right into that. Wait. Sorry, I have a little bit more I wanted to say on positive before we dive into that.
He
real
wasn't
quick.
ready.
Yeah.
He's still zooming right by
He
him.
wasn't ready. Yeah. I agree about the Starlight thing. That was probably one of my favorite aspects of the episode.
Right. Yeah.
Just her character arc. You like to bring up a lot of references to other superhero movies. That was very much a reference to X-Men 2. X2, X-Men United, whatever the title is called, everyone knows what movie I'm talking about. Where Bobby goes back home and they're like, oh, you're a mutant, like, you ever try not being a mutant? And there's like that whole scene, and then even his brother is the one that also calls the cops to get him out. Very X2 in the sequence, and I loved seeing it. And there was a very I'll get into the specific moment later. Another thing real quick I just want to talk about. I talk about this in every episode about this is the final season, and I want to talk about what as much about finales as we can, and I want to talk about the evolution of the boys that we see in this season, particularly in this episode, that implies very much about the finale. One of the things I want to bring up that's a pretty small thing, but we've seen a lot of these PR meetings in the show.
Yeah.
For the
Behind the
7,
scenes.
and a lot of them are always played as jokes. What poster are we going to use for the Dawn of the 7 movie? Like, how are the numbers for Homelander? And I really think that this was another aspect of the final season that shows that this is the finale, because the PR meeting that we see is no longer really played for laughs too much. The PR meeting we see is only 22% of people see Homelander as a god, which means the other I'm bad at math.
Like
The other
78%.
78% of people
78.
are probably going to die. How do we make sure that more people believe in him as a god so the world doesn't end?
Yeah.
And I think that that's another example on how this show so expertly has been building to a finale. And I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on what you think of this episode as part of the final season.
I think that's super. To me, it's a big thing because we keep seeing the rise of Homelander, and it keeps seeming like
he's rising and rising.
Yeah. When is he going to peak? When is he going to snap and just slaughter everyone?
Yeah, but also he's constantly like. I mean, it was the end of season 3 when he lasers that guy
in public.
And I thought that was it.
Yeah, and people were like cheering. So I feel like since then it's just been an incline of more and more like, what's the word? Radicalized Homelander followers.
Exactly it.
And this episode shows us that that's not necessarily gonna keep going for him.
No,
and I think that's important.
His following is loud. It's angry, but it's small.
Yeah.
You know, but they make them seem more grand in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
you know?
And I love the way this episode makes it so important that his following is small, because the smaller his following is, the more devastating the destruction will be if he does become immortal or not even immortal, but just snaps.
Yeah. Well, we saw like even the cops, you know, like Starlight's dad and his police friend, they all knew that rounding up people and putting them in Vought Freedom camps was wrong, and yet they were still doing it anyway to protect their family.
Yeah.
How many in America are deling with that in this universe? You know? It's most people.
Yeah.
They were just doing their jobs.
Preach.
I think that's a big thing. I also think we get a little bit of this. We just talked about the Michael movie, you know, being surrounded by yes men. Homelander's been surrounded by yes men, but in this case, this is the time when they have to kind of sit there and be like, no, this is not going to work.
Yeah,
and it's funny because he hates yes men.
Yeah.
He, as we saw between, you know, deep below A-Train. Like, that he can't
stand about that.
Yeah, right?
Below A-Train.
He can't stand the fact that they deify him, yet he wants their love and affection. He's
Yeah.
such a broken individual. That's
Yeah.
why so many people have said to him this season already, no matter how much love you get, you will never be happy. It's happened, what, 3 times in the
Yeah.
last 2 episodes?
Yes, yes, and I think that that's a good segue into my last, positive thing I wanna bring up in this episode, which is Homelander's character arc. So, we were obviously just talking about his rise, and he's rising and rising and rising.
Mm.
I do think that, no matter what, he's always interesting. Partly because Anthony Starr is just so incredible in this role,
Oh god,
partly
yeah.
because the show has really built up just such a well fleshed out character. But I want to bring up this episode specifically because this episode does do something different that we've never seen that honestly had me a little shocked. And
Yeah.
you brought this up earlier, where Soldier Boy traps him in a radiation chamber.
Right, yeah.
And what happens is we see the most vulnerable Homelander we've ever seen.
Yeah. The most damaged. We've never seen him this
Yeah.
messed up.
Because the radiation is actually weakening him, and we see him visibly scarred, visibly weak, struggling.
Right.
And it was kind of like jarring because we're
Yeah.
like, the closest we've ever seen to this was when Soldier Boy and Billy were holding him down in season 3 and he escaped.
Right.
And I always thought that that was a great moment because it was the first and only time we saw Homelander actually overcome something.
Yeah.
This episode is the best version of watching Homelander actually overcome something. And the first time in this entire show where I sat there and I was like, respect, because he got out of that radiation chamber by himself.
He did.
Because he actually did show that behind all of this disgusting sociopathic, psychopathic, narcissistic, damaged person,
Mhm.
there is a strong person at the core that is
Yeah.
guiding this.
If he was just nurtured and
Yeah.
raised. And you know, something that sold the performance specifically for me, I found this out just a couple days ago. Anthony Starr said that he was the sickest he'd ever been that day
No
on set
way,
when they
really?
filmed. Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, and you can hear it in his voice when he stands up and he's like, "You're wrong," with the vocal fry. That was real.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Whoa.
literally sells me to the point of give Anthony Starr an Emmy, man.
Oh, I
He
mean,
deserves it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't by the end of this season,
This is method acting to
I'm
the
gonna-
nth
I'm gonna
degree.
laser
I
every one of
respect the
you.
hell out of it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, it's incredible. I wanted to bring that up. There's a few moments too before that of like very human moments with Homelander that I've never seen. One of them was so simple, but I'm like, come on, have we ever seen this before? Where he's walking through the woods and he gets his cape stuck on a branch.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I'm just like, I agree, it's funny, but also
And
again,
Soldier
I
Boy's
kinda
just like, I'm not fucking carrying you.
Yeah. And I loved the focus on how human this episode was making him,
Mm.
all for the ending to show, like I said, like how strong of a person he actually is on the inside. That kind of makes you give a little bit of respect to him for the first time in the show.
Yeah.
I still want to see
Yeah.
him brutally die, but
Oh,
Yeah.
he needs to go. Yeah, he needs to go.
yeah.
I agree. Do you have any other positives you want to share about this episode?
Positives.
Or do you want to just move right on to what doesn't work?
What doesn't work? Well, look, this is a lot of people are hating on this episode because, at least I've seen online, because it's not as strong as like the one before, the season opener,
Mhm.
or the episode right before it. But I think I just fleshing out and filler is really necessary, and that's where writing. There's no substitute for good writing and timing, and these guys have it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's really that. I mean that's really the last positive thing I have to say about it. Timing on point.
Yeah. So I'll go into that to jump into the negatives a bit. Because this, to me, this is my least favorite episode of the season so far. It's not bad by any means. I think it's still good. But my issue is that the last episode I had described as kind of a bottle episode, and that's okay to do for like once a season. But I kind of feel like this was also a bottle episode. And when you have two back to back, it does feel like the overall story is dragging a little for me.
Right. Okay.
As I said, they do find interesting ways to make it tense and entertaining, and it's the reason why I don't dislike the episode.
Yeah.
But it did follow my theory about that. It does seem like we're going to hit a little bit of a lull because the last episode finished with a very clear like understanding as to where everyone's at for this finale, but there's also still how many episodes left until we actually get to the finale. And I don't think that this episode was boring,
Mhm.
but I do feel like it dragged a little bit.
That's a valid criticism. I understand where you're coming. It didn't feel it for me, just because as like a writer myself, I adore backstory. If I
Mhm.
could just get exposition and just world building and lore, I'm just a happy clam.
Mhm. Happy clam, he said.
That's me.
I like it. He snaps. What about what about you, Jasmine?
um, I'm gonna go into this again. Kamiko's ADR is not only bad
It
in
sounds
this
like
episode.
AI.
Yeah, it's uninspired.
Yeah.
It sounds like they put her in the booth and she didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And that's how the lines are coming out. And again, we don't know what it is. I would love to find out what by the end of this, because there's no
Yeah.
way it's just that she's saying these lines like this. I
Doesn't
do
feel like
think
it.
that it's possible. I do like that one theory that they made her talk with an accent and it didn't play
I
well,
like that too.
so they had her ADR everything in her regular voice. And honestly, if that were me, I would probably be annoyed by it too after, probably perfecting some kind of accent. And then
Sure.
Yeah,
I
especially because like I saw from the first episode when people were mentioning this that some people straight up didn't some people didn't realize that Karen what's her name, Fukunaga, um yeah, they
yes. Yeah, Fukara. Fukuha
Fukuhara.
Fukara.
Some
There
people
we go.
didn't realize that she's American. And like I've seen her in other stuff, so it didn't surprise me, but it really surprised me when people thought that she wasn't speaking English. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that's her voice. It's just not matching
Yeah.
what's happening on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I worry about her character is this and this is indicative of the what I call has been hotel writing for her dialogue.
Ooh.
If you guys have ever seen Has Been Hotel, it feels like every other word is fuck, shit, damn, like they just overly curse.
Yeah, yeah,
And we're
yeah.
feeling that with her. And what I'm afraid of happening with her character is what's called Flanderization. Uh and for those of you who don't know what Flanderization is, think of Ned Flanders in The Simpsons. In the earlier seasons, he was this he was actually a genuinely concerned neighbor. He was a fleshed out, well-rounded character. And then after time, because The Simpsons has been on what 30 years now,
Yeah.
he became oh, hi diddly ho neighbor. It's this it feels like a useless caricature
Mhm.
of what was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It feels like a prop and it's lazy.
No, that makes total sense. That's a good
No,
point.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I
That's good.
I never heard of Flanders, and I like that. That makes
Flanderization.
Flanders.
Yeah.
Flan,
Yeah. It's a big problem. It happens all the time in
Flan-
writing.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense. And I kind of honestly like felt like that with the show in general in the previous season.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people said this about even season 2 and 3 where it's like they had a little bit of gross stuff in the first season,
Yeah.
but then they like it just kind of became a thing where it was like every episode had to have like a big gross out moment.
Shock value.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, it doesn't bother me that much, but it does remind me of that, where it's like you just over embellish things, or not over embellish, you overinflate things that are
Yeah.
just like they were good in the moment, but like that's not your show.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. No.
So yeah, I could definitely see that. Which, funny enough, I don't really think this episode actually had a super gross out moment like that. Like it
I
normally
was a little
does.
grossed out. The one I put down for mine was, I had to really think about it because it takes a lot to gross me out.
We're gonna get into
Um
the moments in a minute.
Oh, okay.
We're just gonna
I
wrap
have-
up
I
the
have
the bad
one.
real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last bad thing.
Okay.
And it's a nitpick as
Okay.
hell.
Okay.
Okay? Ready for this?
Pick that nit.
Yeah.
Cameron Corvetti. No, not Cameron Corvetti. Why am I talking about Cameron
Corvetti.
Corvetti? Anyways, Mason, who is Annie's brother. I meant the other young kid in
Not
his
Ryan.
I was like, no, you're right. That's his name.
Okay. Mason, who is Annie's brother,
Uh-huh.
is in this episode. And he's wearing a Chromacopia hoodie. And this bothered me because Chromacopia is a Tyler the Creator album. This kid is an incel
Yeah.
who loves Homelander, hates everything Starlight, everything. And it wouldn't bother me if they didn't bring up Tyler the Creator's name 2 episodes before
That's right. He was arrested.
and said he was
Oh,
arrested
yeah.
for probably
with
being
Chappell Roan.
as like, and I think you put
yeah.
him and Chappell Roan together and you think, well, they were arrested for being Starlighters
Mhm.
because that's what Tyler the Creator would stand on. So this is a really annoying nitpick for me because there's no reason for him to be wearing that hoodie. He could have been wearing any other hoodie from any other artist, and the only reason why it bothered me is because it's specifically Tyler the Creator, and they specifically by name arrested Tyler the Creator.
Right.
That's a bad detail overlook.
That's
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Jasmine won
not bad, not bad.
MVP
Yeah.
of the night for that
Nailed it.
awesome
Mad,
detail.
guys.
I don't
That's
have an excuse
incredible.
for that other than, oh, it'll be a cute Easter egg. Let's put it in. You know.
No,
and
that's
even
good.
and I was waiting to excuse it. I was waiting to find out he's not really like a Homelander kind of guy by the end of it, whatever. No, he is. He is. So he's not like hidden behind it, and that's not like a whatever.
Yeah.
That's not like a hint that he's actually on the Starlighter side. He's
Right.
not.
Yeah, that's a super good detail.
Sorry, that really bothered me.
No, that
really
no, that's
bothered
an
me.
I'm not going to be able to
inconsistency.
not think about that.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
why I'm saying it matters because something like that is a very specific detail.
Yeah, no.
There are so many other artists' hoodies he could have been wearing. If he was wearing a Kanye sweatshirt, super on brand.
that would have been.
Would
yeah.
have been.
Oh no! Yay!
Yay, not yee. Yay.
Yeah, that's a good detail. I would
Alright.
say my biggest issue with this episode is the character of Quinn. I think that this, like, when you're in the final season and you just decide to introduce a character that
Mhm.
has barely any setup and then kill him in the same episode.
Yeah.
I
Like
that's
rip Quinn, I guess.
honestly
I mean,
like that was the first straight up eye roll that I got in this season. I'm just like, I get that I do love the plot point, as I said, about them turning against each other in the fort. But I didn't need it to be like a character that was doing it. It's just that, and then
That's
to just
fair.
introduce, and then it's such a major thing with Soldier Boy, and he's so broken up. We never see. This is why it bothers me so much because we never seen Soldier Boy in this state that we leave him
He
in at
was,
the end
like,
of the episode,
crying.
so broken up.
right.
And that to me was a negative way of setting up Vault Rising because that to me was such a clear like plot point setup for the spinoff.
hmm
But it's like you took me completely out of the show because this was just not set up at all.
Now you
Yeah.
don't think we're going to find out more about Quinn this season?
No, not at
No?
all. I don't think
Not
we're
even a
gonna.
mention?
I don't think he's gonna be mentioned again this season.
No.
Mm.
And
I also don't think Stormfront's gonna be mentioned again this season.
I
And
think
to
she'll
me,
come back
I
randomly.
kind of hope that we don't hear about them again because I feel like it's too much of a diversion
No, I
from
agree,
the
yeah.
story
Yeah.
I'm focused
There's
on.
already a
No,
lot going
why
on.
would
Yeah.
I? Yeah, why would you double down on the issue that of like the randomness of introducing these characters? Like,
Sure.
no, like you did it. It wasn't great in my opinion. Move on.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I do think we're gonna also get that in the next episode, which I'll talk about when we finish this episode because we usually talk about theories and everything.
hmm
Yeah.
Any last bad things, or should we move on?
I think we should move on.
To
All
the
right.
moments.
We've been enough negative.
Before we get into the moments, we need to talk about our MMVP.
Oh, you're going to hate mine.
I hinted at
Same.
mine.
Mhm.
Mine is Annie. Because I don't know how much longer she has. So she's got to be the MMVP this week for me.
I got to be honest with you, and I know you're not going to like mine. It's Frenchie.
Oh boy.
Frenchie. And I'll tell you why. He saved the entire world by stopping Butcher and MM from attacking Homelander and
Yep.
Soldier Boy.
Absolutely.
Because that domino effect would have destroyed everything. That is the definition of MVP.
So you guys have this-
PvP.
100%. I will say my absolutely honorable mention is Starlight. Like,
Oh, sure.
great character development with her, and I almost did pick her, but I agree with you. Frenchie is my MVVP.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think I love the thematic. I love the thematic irony of like his past fuck ups is the
Yeah.
reason that he actually was able to control the situation. And I have always seen him as the heart of the team beyond Huey, who's just like just sometimes just a goofball.
Yeah.
And it really shines in this episode. And you're right, he's essentially saves the world in this episode, and I really am not looking forward to him dying.
Yeah, well. it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
it will be vicious. I know that.
So now we can get into some moments.
The moments.
Real quick, I'll get my grossest out of the way. My grossest was Quinn. I think it was gross.
Quinn
And it
was
icky.
nasty
He looked
looking.
nasty, and that was gross, and that was icky, and that was my grossest moment because blood doesn't gross me out, but Quinn did.
Yeah,
Mhm.
big yuckers right there.
Come
Go
on,
ahead.
Quinn. Honestly.
Mike, what's yours?
Okay. So It's got to be the field full of the dead bodies and animals.
Aw.
That was
He's soft.
I am soft. I hate seeing dead animals. You know, the corpses in the woods. I was like,
A couple of uggos.
I agreed with that. Yeah, that nasty, but like, I don't know. It's just sad seeing dead animals all chewed up, man. I don't
Oh,
know.
dude, fair. Absolutely. So I actually my grossest moment is an edit in that scene. They cut from maggots on a dead body to the deep eating, I think it was the deep eating sushi.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that because it
No,
shows
that
how
just-
much he's devolved into the ultimate hypocrite.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. Like for the character the deep, it's great, but that edit was so deliberately disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like I hate
It was up close and
I
personal.
hate in a good way. I hate when because movies do this when they cut from something gross to someone eating. And that was
Ugh.
one of the grossest examples, showing the maggots on the corpse, and then it's just to the sushi. I'm
They
like,
knew what they were
I'm
doing.
like,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
Nasty.
disgusting,
Pivot to emotional.
emotional.
Yeah,
Ooh,
let's go into
man.
our emotional moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is when Annie's dad finally stands up for her for the first time in all of her years of living. Is that yours?
Annie's my daughter, and I love her. I should have stood up for her a long time ago.
That was pretty beautiful.
What was yours?
Well, it's got to do with Soldier Boy. Surprise, surprise.
Here we go.
Well, when he was just sitting in front of Quinn's charred corpse and he was just repeating with tears in his eyes, "I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so fucking sorry." That told me that one moment where he said when we first saw him in season 3 in that hotel room with Huey, I didn't mean to kill all those people. I'm not a bad guy. He was actually he believed he was telling the truth, and in some way he is telling the truth here. I
Aw.
mean, he genuinely he like the sorrow and the regret already shows that he is a better he is like more morally correct than Homelander is.
Yeah.
Not by much because, you know, he's messed up too, but he has that showed me that he could, if they do it right, he has the potential to possibly be redeemed.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I've
Yeah.
never seen him as a bad character. Like
Yeah.
honestly, how many people?
He's an
has
asshole,
how many
but-
people has
Yeah.
he killed?
Let's see, some Nazis.
No,
So
and
those
what-
aren't really people.
Like the
but-
people, the people that we see in the show. How many people has he killed?
I don't have a kill count number,
Right? Because
but
this,
yeah, you're
this,
right.
To my knowledge, was one of the only ones.
Yeah, he saved Huey.
Yeah.
When those church people were possessed.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he's a dick, but like I've always seen him as like Captain America. If Captain America was
So
a little more
Peacemaker.
realistic from the 1940s, like
So Peacemaker, she
would what a joke. Would
Yo, oh my God.
He would realistically be a little racist, a little like you said, anachronistic. No, he would not be anachronistic. I don't wait. Was that something we brought up in the mic? I don't know.
Anachronistic.
Yeah, it's very hard reviewing two things at once.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I always just saw him as just a dickish version of Captain America. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think he's
exactly.
a bad dude at all. And yeah, I agree that scene, as much as I couldn't stand that character
Mhm.
just from popping up out of nowhere, it did show, yeah, he's definitely a human at his core. I
Yeah.
like that.
I can't wait to see him fleshed out more.
Yeah. My most emotional moment was the Starlight, but I'll pivot because I did have a backup just in case because I knew someone's was also going to be the father.
Surprise.
I really loved when Butcher was explaining Empire Strikes Back to Ryan. I had said in
Yeah.
the previous episode that Butcher has a habit of fooling me throughout the whole show.
Mhm.
And the reason that he fools me is because there are moments throughout the show where you can see that the difference between him and Homelander is that Butcher does want to have a heart. He can't. And this was a
Right.
great scene of him wanting to have a heart. He clearly rescued Ryan from the previous episode, and he sat down and had a human moment and was basically like, I know that you want Homelander as dead just like I do, but you ain't gonna beat him like this.
Right.
And he talks to him about, he's like, well, you can do the impression, but he talks about this reminds me of Empire Strikes Back and things
Right.
like that, and then they have a little cute conversation about
When
it.
we was watching Star Wars.
Another reference to a Marvel movie, obviously in Civil War, when they're like, "You ever see that really old movie, Empire Strikes Back?"
Oh, yeah. Hell, that hurt. That hurt here.
Yeah, that was a really good moment.
Do you have an intense favorite moment?
Yes. I think I almost picked the fight scene with Huey, Kimiko, and Mother's Milk because I did think it was intense, especially the way it was edited. They took frames out, and it reminded me of Fury Road.
Yes. Yeah.
The way
Oh,
that
love
it was
that.
like intense, but it wasn't super intense because I also knew there ain't no way any of these characters are dying here. So my intense moment was when Homelander was in the radiation chamber and Butcher was having a conversation.
That was mine.
That's
That was mine.
I stole it. I get to talk about it now.
I can't say
get to talk
anything
about it and you guys
anymore.
don't.
Oh my god.
So I love that scene for many reasons, but one of the reasons it stood out is because Homelander's not gonna die here.
Mhm.
So all that this is doing is just pumping him up even more.
Right. He's
Just-
sitting
Yeah.
there trapped, listening to another person about how much he's just a weak, scared little boy and how
Uh-huh.
hated he is in real life.
Exactly.
Like, how many times can somebody listen to that before snapping? And apparently it seems like a lot for Homelander. 'cause-
because he just won't snap yet.
yeah, no, for real.
Can you snap already?
Yeah. Well, I thought that he was because they had to rename this episode. It was originally called something like Assassination something. So it
Really?
was like, oh, he's going to snap. He's going to kill everyone. And he didn't. But anyways, you're welcome for that little fun
That's
fact
good
since
lore
we
right
all
there.
have the most
Yeah.
intense, same
Interesting.
favorite moment. But
Yeah, you had to pull something out.
let's talk about our funniest moment.
Okay.
I
Mm.
want to go first for this one.
Okay.
Because it was when there's the mom number 5 needle drop right after they all
Oh,
try to kill each
That
other.
was so funny.
Because
Because every friend group has been there at some point,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
definitely tried to kill you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We already
Yeah.
know I've tried to
we've
kill him.
all
Yeah.
collectively tried to kill each other.
Yeah, couple Florida trips.
Yeah.
What can I say?
To Mambo number 5
Mhm.
too.
You asked to kill me once.
I did.
Yeah, I said no.
Yeah.
I
which is
remember.
fair.
It was
I
weird.
respect it.
He asked for like a vote amongst everyone. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not on
Yeah.
Survivor.
We are a weird group of friends here.
So that's my funniest moment. What's yours? What's yours, Mike?
What's mine?
Oh, okay.
Oh, she asked. I got to
Denied.
answer.
You were
I gotta
talking-
She
answer.
forgot you were here for a second.
No, you were talking
Yeah,
for a
right.
while. We got to give other people, the chance.
You forgot Mike was here. That's
I
fine.
forgot I was here.
remember you were here.
No, I'm trying to make sure we're good with our guests.
What's your funniest?
It's gotta be. It's a cross between two. So one, that scene where Frenchie just pops around the corner and and Soldier Boy's like,
Yes.
the fuck?
Yeah.
He starts running after him, but then there was also that scene where was about to square up with Kamiko, and Kamiko just looks at him, bends a pipe, and he's just like,
Oh, he runs away.
Yeah.
he bolts. He just bolts. He exits stage left, right out of the door, and Kamiko just turns around like, now it's you.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, to
Huey.
Huey. Yeah. That's good.
It's just great comedic timing.
Yeah.
I love that. Those are both definitely some of my funniest, but I'm just gonna go straight with just a line. The Deep just has so many funny lines, and I just gotta say when he said Bro v Wade.
Oh, I audibly groaned when he said that. That was just.
It's funny to you guys. It's not funny right now.
I didn't
to me.
say that it was funny. I said I
It's
groaned.
not funny
It's
right
funny
now.
because it's the Deep saying something ridiculous. Like that's the joke.
The Deep
is-
needs. I'm just gonna say this. The Deep needs to die. The Deep
The
needs
Deep
to
is
go.
my favorite
He's not
character.
gonna die. He's not gonna die.
Manhandled the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Preach.
No, that is a funny little quip
Yeah.
there. So since we're on quotes,
Mm-hmm.
you got a best quote, Mike?
Yeah, I do actually. It's the best quote for me. I've thought about this. This was the question I thought about the most. It's got to come from Firecracker. Oh, damn. It smells like a wet shit in a Waffle House in here.
I
And
have
I'm
that
just
written down.
Like the delivery was perfect.
Yes.
And that's from a line of dialogue perspective. It's so short, but it's so vivid. Like when she says it, you can actually smell what she's talking about. Because anybody who's been to
She
a
says
Waffle
it
House can probably attest to
so
this.
quickly.
I do too. It's delicious, but I don't go to the bathroom in the Waffle House because
Hell
of
no.
because of the wet shits.
Yeah, I think that it's absolutely a great delivery line, especially in the context of like she's going in there very serious, and then she's like, "Smells like a wet shit in a Waffle House in here." I'm
Mhm.
like, "That's too good."
Brilliant.
That one's incredible.
Mhm.
And then you also stole my other one when you said, "Oh my God, what a couple of uggos." That cracked. I had to write both of them down because I was like, both of them are so well delivered and so funny. I couldn't actually
Yeah.
pick. And I
Yeah.
feel like at this point, the best quote is just always going to go to Soldier Boy
Or the deep.
or the Deep. But I got to give it to Soldier Boy pretty much every episode because it's the delivery.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's what gets me the most excited for his series.
Yeah.
I just don't expect whatever he's gonna say.
Yeah.
know?
He says his line deliveries are just so perfect.
Almost every
Jensen
other line
Ackles.
is a
Yeah.
lore drop, like
Yeah.
him hooking up with Sherry Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and my favorite quote is a Soldier Boy quote as well. It's a very short, quick moment, but Homelander asks about Stormfront, and he says, he just like abruptly just like, I fucked her once or twice.
he did not want to talk about
Yeah.
it.
He was over.
But it's just the idea that he said once or twice,
Right.
knowing, oh yeah, he definitely was with her for quite
Yeah.
some time.
It was one of those, one or two.
Like he was like embarrassed a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mhm.
Loved it.
Yeah, those are some good quotes.
Yeah. There was one really quick thing I want to randomly bring up in this, just to like, just say how dumb I am again. A few episodes I had brought up the thing about zombies,
Mhm.
and I was theorizing, where
Oh,
where it was
V'd up
going.
zombies.
Beat up zombies, and
Yeah.
I was saying this as if this would be a completely new thing in the show, and then this episode reminded me that I totally forgot they already did this with Huey's father in the last
Yeah.
season. And when that scene popped up and he said that, I was like, oh right.
Says the guy that turned his dad into a fucking zombie and then killed him.
I'm like, that did happen.
You're trying to
Did.
forget season 4, and that's fair.
I like season 4. I just season 4
I
was a
enjoyed
lot
it
of
too.
it was
I
a lot of
mean-
randomness. Like it did
Yeah.
feel like
It was shock
when
value.
you watch a trilogy of movies, it did feel like that part 2,
Right.
where it was like, okay, you have to get through this in order to get to the finale. But yeah, I definitely forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you said that because like I think this is the biggest strength of the boys, and so little bit of context. Yesterday, I was directing a Q&A with Margaret Atwood,
Mhm.
the author of The Handmaid's Tale and like 50 other books. Amazing creator and writer.
Mhm.
Yes, big claps. We love her.
Oh, that was for you doing that, but okay.
Oh, well, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
But
I don't know who it is, but
oh my
Ooh,
god, you
that's
need to check out The
crazy.
Handmaid's Tale. It's got
You
15
haven't heard of
Emmys.
The
Just gonna say
no,
Handmaid's
that.
I know the show, right? It's
Yeah.
But she
oh,
wrote
based
the
on a
book.
The book
yeah.
based on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So she was talking about like what is like one of the Q&As was talking about like what is a good piece of advice for a writer. And she said, and I'm paraphrasing, the writer should never be afraid to scare the audience.
Ooh.
And that's true. I think The Boys does that perfectly.
How?
Because like because it holds a mirror up to society and it always just pushes you a little bit further than what you're supposed to go. Like I'll give you a perfect example. When Homelander in last season went down to the Red Room
Yeah,
and
it was my
slowly
favorite.
tortured and slaughtered everybody there.
Yeah.
I was actually like I was watching the couch like afraid that he was going to jump out of the TV.
Yeah,
Like that's
aw.
Just
like it
laser
was
your wiener off.
yeah.
Whoa!
I don't want to end up like Marty. No one wants to end up like Marty.
Marty. Wait, what does he say?
Oh, you got dick blood all over my boots, Marty. Come on. No, I mean that I was horrified. And
Yeah.
that's what a writer is supposed to do, but there's a fine line with everything. And if you lean too much into shock value, it becomes all right. You're just doing it to like, scare me and shock me. You don't want to
Mhm.
be disenfranchised from it.
Yeah.
So
I
what
agree.
what about what in this episode like do you feel that that pertains to the most?
This was like a less scary episode because it focused more on
How about
like
the whole
world building.
season? What,
The
out
whole
of the whole season so far, what do you how do you think this pertains to that the most?
That's a good question.
I think
That's-
you almost said it already when you were talking about how it holds a mirror to society but pushes it a little further.
It does. It does.
It's scary because it feels real.
Yeah, because
it's too like recognizable in a sense of like,
it's a good way to put it.
oh, we're not far off. So I feel like
yeah.
the writers.
It was written before 2024.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yet most recently.
I have a comment on that because I honestly call bullshit on that because
Really?
currently right now there is another show running alongside The Boys right now, Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Mhm.
And I will say both creators of Daredevil and The Boys both claim that they wrote the show and the season before all the real life stuff was happening. Both depict the villain who gets a lot of power and starts putting people in internment camps. Both depict a rogue group that's doing it, and both creators claim that they wrote before all this stuff. I don't buy it.
She doesn't seem to be buying that.
No, I believe.
Oh, you were shaking your head.
I think that
I mean, come on, this is not a coincidence. Like,
they
Okay, all right.
definitely, in some capacity,
they've
whether
been-
it's like written in or they like added it as a detail in production, where they were like, oh, let's check this.
Yeah,
It's-
they said
and
that there
that's
were rewrites where
but-
they put stuff in
Yeah.
after.
but that's the like I can all right, maybe with The Boys I could see that, but Daredevil is very much ingrained within the plot.
Mhm.
Okay.
The Boys, okay, I could take that as maybe an argument that that's a little bit of an afterthought.
yeah.
But either way, I'm sorry, creators of The Boys, thank you for creating this awesome show. I love it.
Thanks,
I
Eric
also
Kripke.
don't believe you for a second that you wrote this before all the real life stuff. Sorry, that's bullshit.
Okay. And now we'll never be able to talk about The Boys again. Just kidding. Let's
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's
will.
sad.
Yeah, we
let's
will.
talk about the tattoos we would get.
Oh,
I'm getting a little tiny star on my wrist. I'm a starlighter now.
Is that for Starlight?
oh.
Yeah, don't be.
I'm
excuse me.
calling Vought.
Am I on? Am I on
We're sending
fucking
her to a
manhandled?
freaking
Lied.
camp,
Am
and children
I
died.
on manhandled right now? You're the deep. You're Black Noir.
Preach.
Amazing. What's your tattoo?
Oh God. So I think way too intensely about every tattoo I've ever gotten. Like I thought the ones I have now currently, I've thought about for like a good 4 years before I finally decided to commit to getting
Yeah.
them. But like if I were to answer this one question, there's this, I don't know if it's a fan made, I think it's a fan made poster of Butcher, a silhouette of Butcher standing with a crowbar, in front of Homelander's cape, and the cape is really frayed.
Oh, cool.
And I think that would be like I have to rework it a little bit, but I think maybe add a couple more characters into it or like their silhouettes. But I think that would be a really sick tattoo to get. I don't know where I'd get it though.
Put this in context. Our friend does our tattoos, so it's not hard for him to just get whatever
That's true.
he wants.
She's done all my tattoos. Shout out to Jilly Rose Inc. at Gristle Tattoo in Brooklyn. Go
Period.
visit her.
Period.
Most amazing artist I've ever met, honestly.
And also your X-rated.
Yeah. Well, she's
Listen,
a lot
we're-
more than that, but yes.
We're always on theme right here. We should get Jill. We should have a double X. No, Mike just was like, nope.
No,
No,
actually,
I'd be cool with that.
You know
I mean,
what?
it's up to her.
We need a seat for her.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We had enough.
We had to go hunting for
hard-
one seat today.
Yeah. So, what's your tattoo?
I'm gonna be real. I don't have one. Nothing inspired me. In
Damn,
this
he
episode,
said
so-
nah.
You don't want a star?
No, I nothing really inspired me in this episode
Wow.
to get a tattoo. Like
That's
all the
sad.
other episodes
quit.
were
Yeah, we're
super
done.
obvious. This
That's
one, I'm like, I'm not gonna force it.
You're not
I
getting
just-
Quinn?
Not that I hate this episode
Yeah,
by
get-
any means. It's
You need
just
to get
nothing.
Quinn on your chest.
There was no like imagery or anything that had inspired me to want to do it. So I just
Mhm.
gotta be real. Like if we're talking about tattoos, we'd actually get, especially because I did make a comment. And I have to be safe with this because I did say if we get 100 subscribers before the end of this season, I will get a boys tattoo. And currently we are halfway there and halfway through the season. So I'm starting to get a little worried.
Oh
So-
man, come on, guys!
So I want to be
Smash that subscribe.
I want to be a
button.
little specific with the tattoos I pick going
Yeah.
on from here on out. But,
Yeah, because
yeah.
then I'm going to make them all vote off of all the ones that you chose.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you'll be like, every single tattoo he mentioned. Okay, pick which one he's getting.
yeah,
We'll let the audience decide.
Yeah.
we will.
Democracy in action.
Absolutely. If we
Yeah.
get 100 subscribers before the end of the season, I will let you guys pick the tattoo that I will be getting from the boys.
Also,
I'll put a poll.
we already picked last Halloween. We actually already picked out our costumes.
We did. Yes,
We did. He's
yeah.
going to be Homelander. I'm going to be Soldier Boy. I'm just
Correct, yes.
saying that. Right now.
Wow, who am I?
You said you wanted to be Starlight.
I'm pretty sure I
Why'd you
said I
have an
want.
accent when you
Hold on.
What
I
do you
said
mean?
I wanted to be Stormfront.
I don't remember that.
Yikers.
That's it.
I'm just kidding.
What's the opposite of yummers?
Just kidding.
Yikers.
Yikers, exactly.
I've literally talked about the Starlight costume for a while now. I just need a blonde wig.
Fair enough. So just to finish off the episode, I just want to get an opinion on where you guys think we're heading next.
I think we're setting up for a Soldier Boy arc.
Jeez, let our guest talk.
He was breathing. I think
I had to breathe.
we are setting up for a Soldier Boy arc, and I think that that's really cool because it'll add complexities that'll make his show that much more
She
interesting.
stole what I was gonna say.
Nice.
She stole
Liar,
the
he was
nerve.
thinking.
And
No,
that's how
it was,
we
that
treat
was
our
the thought that was
guests.
formulating. But no, I am excited to see where Soldier Boy goes. But I also would love to see like Bomb Sight. Let's talk about Bomb Sight just for a quick second. We find out that he has super strength. We find out that he apparently has a heroin addiction. And we find out that he's also, he served on the same team in the 50s in Vault Rising. I think he might have been in World War II with Soldier Boy, but who knows? Today, Junior. But like, I genuinely would love to see an exposition on his team, his first team, and
Yeah.
why he treated Payback so badly after this team. What went wrong?
So you think we're gonna see that in the next episode of The Boys?
I don't think we'll see it, but I think they're gonna start talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I agree because I think Jared Padalecki's character, Marathon Man, I think.
Yeah, Mr. Marathon.
Mr. Marathon. I believe he was either part of that team or just from a earlier team, like their version of A Train. So yeah, I do think we're gonna get hints of that in the next episode. I really hope, like, I do want to see a character arc for Soldier Boy, especially because going into this season, I was a little hesitant on how I'd feel about it because I
Right.
thought they did all that they can with his character in season 3. So I do like the idea that we're getting a lot. It's just that, like, we're in the finale and I just don't want it to be such a intense focus. Like, I really am
That's where we disagree. I need
solely-
to see more.
I
I need to see
but that's
more.
what the spinoff is for. It's like
Mm,
I'll be
fair.
glad to see it in the spinoff. It's just for right now, like the show has set my interest in closing out the story of the boys and Homelander. And I don't want them to go too far off track with setting up other arcs for other characters that aren't as integral to the story as the boys and Homelander has been throughout the whole show.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
But I agree. I do think that they're going to go into that a little bit more with Jared Padalecki's character. And I think I think my theory of having LOL episodes is going to continue with the next one. Because at this point, I just don't see much story left.
Mhm.
I think the show, the first 3 episodes, set up a finale so perfectly, and now we're just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, like I see where the pieces are.
All right.
Please don't drag this out for too long because I really am enjoying the season.
Mm.
Even with this episode, that was my least favorite. I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, same.
Just I just really hope the next episode just doesn't go too far off track.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
agree. And on that note, this has been a very fun, extra X-filled episode of X-Rated. I'm Jasmine.
Who are you?
threw me off. You usually say something else.
I've been Jasmine.
I'm still Jason.
And I am and always will be Mike.
Aw, Michael Baboli.
That-
Thank
That's
you
what they
so
call
much
me.
for coming on our podcast, Mike. If
Mike,
you
where can people find you?
Yeah.
You're a content creator.
I am. So you can follow me on @Real Grand Atomica on TikTok. You could follow me on, subscribe to me on YouTube, just Grand Atomica Pictures.
we'll
and-
link all that.
Subscribe
yeah.
here first. and
Yeah.
then-
Yeah,
and then
subscribe
see.
there and then there. You better hurry down to the channels because all of us are dropping our first feature film very soon.
Later this year. Oh no, sorry, we're starting to film. Production is starting.
We've already filmed 10% of it.
Yay!
Yeah.
And if you liked everything you heard here, be sure to follow X-Rated Films here. Subscribe for sure. You want to look at TikTok. We're going to be doing some more fun, exciting TikTok-friendly stuff. Instagram. And yeah, anything you want to say it to us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. We can't wait to talk next week about the next episode of The Boys.
If you enjoyed this video, Please check out our full episode on Spotify at X-Rated Films, where we get into all things spoiler-free, spoiler, our fun movie moments, our movie tattoo ideas, and movie matchmaker, all on Spotify. Thanks again for watching, and please subscribe.